Hello and welcome back to Bourbon Barrel Talk. I'm your host, Scott Minton. Today we're shining a spotlight on a local gem, Dynasty Epoxy. They are Kentuckiana's leading epoxy flooring specialist. They transform any of your spaces into stunning masterpieces. Whether it's your garage, basement, or any other living space, they've got you covered. They've been perfecting their craft for over a decade, and with more than 30 years of combined experience on their team, with twin owners Seth and Phil, not only will you receive exceptional service, but you will also receive double the quality. For your free on-site quote, call 502-264-8808. Dynasty Epoxy. Skip the headache. Call the best. And we're back in the Brock Bourbon Bar, and this is Scott Minton, and we are we're drinking some whiskey.
Why are we drinking whiskey?
I don't know.
What's this podcast again?
Your mom?
Whiskey Barrel Talk?
Yeah,
The
Whiskey
Your Mom
Barrel
podcast.
Talk. Yeah, so
Welcome back to Whiskey Barrel Talk. My name's Scott Minton.
yeah, for real, no doubt.
And today...
So your mom's traveling.
Anyways, we are traveling.
Yes, we are.
With the Traveler.
Yes,
Ooh.
yes.
So this is a recent release from Sazerac The Traveler. I think this was the Chris Stapleton whiskey.
Wait, if it's
Yeah,
Chris
I think
Stapleton,
so.
why isn't it Tennessee whiskey?
You know, I thought the same thing. Dun, 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 dun.
They couldn't afford the rights to this song.
They probably could. I know. It's his bourbon, right?
Is it
Anyway,
bourbon?
no, it's not. It's
Oh,
okay.
it's a whiskey.
So
That's what I thought.
It basically says good whiskey is like a good song. It requires no explanation. One taste should tell everything you need to know. So anyway, it basically just says that Harlan and Chris Stapleton put this together as a collaboration, and it is a blend of different Buffalo Trace distillery products to make a whiskey. So I'm assuming that it's probably one of their maybe bourbon mash bills mixed with one of their rye mash bills.
Yeah.
And it has more rye technically than it does bourbon. That just making an assumption.
Yeah.
They haven't told us anything.
Interesting.
They are
Sounds pretty
probably
nice.
the least transparent distillery out there as far as what their mash bill is or any of their little secret mission-y shit. So
So basically, if you ever what am I trying to say?
if you ever want to know,
If you ever wanted to know what, like, Mash Bill 1 or Mash Bill 2 mixed with their rye, this is kind of
it could be, right.
Similar.
We have no idea.
We
Yeah.
have no idea, but
give you an inclination.
We can only
into-
speculate.
Yeah.
I mean, it could really be like 80% of one of their rye whiskeys and like 20% of one of their bourbon mash bills.
Or
we
it
never
could
know.
be 49%
But it
George
is for
T.
sure
Stagg.
a high rye whiskey.
Correct. Yeah. There's more.
Nice.
I'm assuming there's more rye in this than anything else. So that being said, we're gonna dive in. Tell us what you think. Get a good nose in there. Dip it in.
How long
Get
have
you a
you
little sniffy sniff.
How long have you all had this open? It seems like you've had a bit of it.
not an idea. Not a
no
clue.
idea.
Nope.
Okay. I was just curious. Didn't
Nope.
know how long it had
Nope,
been
nope.
aerated.
I
and whatnot.
never know how long things are open. I'll admit, other people usually pour my drinks for me.
Oh, that's fine. Nothing wrong. Oh, nothing wrong with that though.
I mean, what?
Unless you want to get really
I need
fucked up.
Barbara's life, man. Right? You know, somebody just brings me whiskey and lets me drink it.
Yep.
Chop, chop, Jeeves.
Drink, please.
Maybe
That's
we-
exactly what I do. I text. I'm like, I need a refill, please.
Has a little door ringer.
Ding.
I think I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna text Nick anytime I want a bourbon and see if he'll bring it to me in Clarksville.
There you go.
That
What
one
if he
might
just
be a
showed
little
up at your
far.
house with a little tray?
Oh, dude, that would be the best thing ever. If somebody ever showed up to my house with a glass, little tray full of whiskey, I'd be like, I love you.
It is very light on the nose.
It is very light. It is definitely
floral?
a little floral.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
for sure.
definitely get. It's like a sweet floral too.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
like, not like honey, but
It's not even honeysuckle. It's not that sweet.
you don't think it's that sweet? Okay.
I don't.
Maybe it's the field grainy kind of
Yeah.
thing I'm getting.
So it's a little it's a little corn forward too, like some of that like sweeter like notes
Yeah.
that corn give off, but it's definitely floral. I would say it's probably closer to the honeysuckle side, honestly,
Okay.
It is very
or
light.
like it could even be maybe a.
She got some decent legs.
Yeah, she
Like-
does.
Thanks, man. I've been working
You're
out.
welcome.
Like maybe like a tree floral type thing, like when you look at like blossoms off of like an apple
Okay.
tree or a mulberry
Okay.
tree or
Maybe a
a cherry tree.
dogwood.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
just a florally blossom,
Yeah.
just kind of that kind of scent, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John, you've had a sip. What are you thinking?
It's good. I do like how the sweetness sticks with you on the whole palate. And I was surprised by the finish. It actually has a nice little hug.
Yeah.
I'm not getting a lot of flavor. I'm just getting kind of a sweet almost kind of like I'm trying to remember mellow corn. If it's got kind of a similar
No.
way about that.
No,
It's
I mean, mellow corn's definitely sweet, but
Yeah.
this is more of a florally,
Grainy.
grainy, like sweetness. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like almost like, I don't want to say like a bag of rice or something like that, but it's just grainy.
So the initial flavor, though, is like it's actually it's pretty good.
Yeah.
The problem is that when you take a sip and then it sits in your mouth and like there's nothing in there, then it gets like this really weird aftertaste.
Yeah. That whole finished aftertaste is,
Yeah.
I don't care for.
Yeah,
It's like
just
tingling
odd.
my mouth.
It's not even it's not as much even a tingle to me as it's like it's you've been chewing on something in a field and I don't know, it's just weird. I'm gonna go for pull number 2, and I don't want to overestimate, but
It's kind of strong, like when you take that sip, it is like Pop Rocks almost in your mouth a bit. Like it's warm and it's
Yeah.
kind of like, I don't know if that's the rye spice or
That
whatnot.
might, yeah,
but
probably.
that's the mouthfeel isn't bad, but it is very warm. But there's no hug whatsoever.
yeah.
See, and he was getting a
see,
bit.
He
of
was
a
getting a
hug.
hug. I don't
getting
get
a
a
hug.
hug at all
It's
either.
just like
I've
it
also had
stops.
acid reflux today, though,
Okay.
so that might
No,
be it, too.
that's
Okay.
probably it for sure.
Yeah, that's probably
That's the
it.
worst.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's just floral.
It kind of just disappears.
yeah,
Yeah.
mild. I don't know. Not
get the-
not a fan.
I get a little bit of like that honeysuckle note. Maybe I'm just thinking about it, and then I kind of just got it on like very tip of my tongue.
Like I said,
but-
I don't disagree with you. I was just trying to get in Barbara's head, which
Yeah.
sometimes is dangerous, but I was trying to get in there where she was thinking. I do get a little bit of that honeysuckle-y type thing, but it also tastes somewhat adjacent. Like
Yeah.
in the especially on the taste side versus what it smells like, it's even more florally than
Yeah.
what honeysuckle would be. So
Yeah.
It's more of the, like you're saying, the flowering.
trees or
Trees,
bushes
yes.
or something. Yeah.
yeah, I agree with him.
Yeah.
I feel like we're all in agreement, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. It's not bad. I mean,
Considering it's this particular crew,
true. We're all
That's
pretty
true.
wild people.
we
I
are-
wonder how it would stand up as a mixer. I think it might be better.
You would get that
With
bit of that, a
that.
little bit of that rye to cut through. I just
Yeah.
feel like it's real grainy and would be kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I said I wasn't going to add water. I was not going to add water because it was so low proof, but now I'm going to
Okay.
because I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah. Ooh, be careful there.
What do you mean? Be
Empty-
careful.
empty the bottle into the-
I'm straight up a professional.
Well, the problem is you're over top of the recording equipment.
Oh, like I said, I'm a trained professional, sir.
He's a professional drinker, everybody. Back the fuck up.
Absolutely, 100.
Hundy.
I'm actually hoping that the water might actually help some of the rye come
Help
out.
bring the rye forward a
What
bit.
was that look on your face? I'll just get from the droppers. No, not that I don't want to drink after you, but
So the nose definitely changed for sure. It's definitely got more rye spice to the nose.
Yeah.
Barbara, what were you getting? Like, oh, you just waiting? Okay, you're good. You're good. You're good. Barbara's face was like, "Whoa, what in the hell did I just smell?"
It actually wasn't smell; it was taste.
Oh, taste.
You're right, Scott. The rye does pop a bit more
Yeah.
on the nose.
So that's
With
actually a
water.
much better pour with a little bit of water.
What proof is this? 90.
90.
Okay.
Which is impressive.
So yeah, that's just weird. Yeah, because the rye at least comes out enough to where you feel like you're having bourbon or rye whiskey. Like before, it just tasted whiskey-esque.
It's still got that kind of weird aftertaste.
It does.
though, like
It
on
does.
the back of my teeth after
Yeah.
it sits there for a minute.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as strong.
Are you used to getting stuff on the
Which I
back of your
don't.
teeth?
Candy. That's what I get on the back of my teeth.
Sure.
Oh no!
He's a little slow.
Yeah, I'm really struggling with this one.
I had a really, I mean, like pop, throw a rock in my face, very, very sweet on that very first little
Yeah, I
swig,
mean-
and then that rye popped, but it was just super, super sweet.
It is sweet. It's super, super sweet.
But it was even more sweet after I added the water.
You know what it
Yeah.
reminds me of? It reminds me of Kix cereal a little bit. Like
Oh.
the regular Kix cereal.
I have to be honest with you. I don't really remember what Kick cereal tastes like.
in
It tastes
your
kind
boat.
of just like a generic, sweetly flavored grain.
Think
And
of-
that's what
Gotcha.
that's what I'm getting. Like
Johnny, like, and then add just a little bit, add a little bit of sugar in there, and then you've got this.
yeah,
Wham
Oh.
bam.
There you go.
Interesting.
But
that's about
listen,
what I can equate it to.
I'm not going to
I like
argue
it.
this because I literally do not have any recollection or memory of Kick cereal.
I will.
I
I
grew
know
up
I
on
ate it,
Kix.
but
I
I-
grew up on it.
We were Sugar Crisp people,
Yep,
or
nope.
Captain Crunch, or
We didn't have the privilege of sweetened cereals like
Oh,
that.
no,
Kix
not at
cereal
all.
was as sweet
Yep.
as it was.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Honey
I
Smacks.
mean, we had cornflakes. Like that was a staple in the house. That and Raisin Bran.
Raisin Bran was ours, but
But like we did have the luxury of every now and then having like a really really sweet cereal, and it was usually a either Sugar Crisp or Trix or Captain Crunch or Fruity Pebbles. It was like a rotating, like whatever was the cheapest at that time when my mom and dad went to the grocery store. Like we always had the staples, right? Raisin Bran, cornflakes.
Raisin Bran.
But I love Raisin Bran.
if I got Kix, I was excited because mostly it was grape nuts and shredded wheat.
Yep. And then, like I said, we would always have one sugary cereal box, and like it would literally get mashed on Saturday morning. Like my mom and dad would get groceries on Friday night,
And the box
and then
would be
Saturday
just
morning
obliterated.
would be obliterated. Saturday morning,
wow.
like Saturday morning cartoons and wrestling. It would be like,
dude. Like you took Attitude Era.
My
You ain't lying,
ears.
man, dude.
What was that noise? My ears.
we would just straight crush it. Anyway,
Whatever.
all right.
Scarred
So we're not comparing this against anything. We just wanted to try this by itself. So this is a really quick hitter. If
Scale
I
of
was
1 to
going to
5.
scale to 1 to 5, I would give it probably about a 3.2.
I was gonna say probably like 3. So
Okay,
I'd say 3.5 with water.
gotcha.
I do like it more with water. I will agree with that.
I do like it more with water.
2.9.
2.9. All right, so
All
we're
right.
all right in the same ballpark
Yep.
there.
Yeah.
It's a 50% mid
I don't
level
hate it. I
product.
don't love it.
Yeah.
Would I buy a bottle myself? Probably not.
Yeah.
What is the MSRP on these things? Like $30?
$80,000.
Shut up.
It's probably like 30.
I think it's
$35.
$35.
39.
39.
About
Yeah,
39,
no, I'm not
about
buying that for
40
$39.
bucks.
$40?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't know about
People
that one.
really like Chris Stapleton, evidently.
It's been 29 on it, maybe.
I will say the bottle's got a cool little map of some sort on there.
Yeah,
so.
it does.
Is that what
have
that is?
something.
Like the label
There's
on the
something on
Label on the
interior
inside,
side?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
the
some kind of
general
nice-
bottle design in general is
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
It's a Tennessee Echo bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing. It's good times. Put a ton of their stuff in this early on. So
Does it mean anything when it says blend in 40?
What?
Does that mean anything?
40 North. I
40
assume
North?
it's probably like the degrees or whatever. Who
Okay.
knows? I'll be honest with you. I really
Blend
think.
number 40.
Is that what it says?
N-O. It's N-O.
It's number.
Oh, number.
That's what I
okay.
said. You know.
You said blend in. I thought you said blend in.
Where's
40.
the O?
It's very tiny.
It's really really small.
They did
Yeah.
that trickery.
number 40.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah.
see.
So I was gonna say it would not surprise me if this was a lot of their Bowman product
Okay.
mixed with their
Peanut
batch
gallery
two.
loves it.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I
just by the
see.
flavor profile, it kind of
Yeah.
reminds me of that rye blend that the Bowman stuff comes from. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Colonel Marfal's
But if you're
on
looking
it.
for something that's just kind of sweet and not off-putting, I mean,
yeah,
it could do the job.
It's a gateway drug probably for some women
Yep.
that you wanted to get them into bourbon, let them
Yeah.
try it.
It could be
Absolutely.
a gateway drug for some people that don't really care for rye almost too, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
I could
honestly.
see that. Yeah.
yeah,
You know,
for sure.
I mean, it gives you a lot
Absolutely.
more of that rye kind of hayfieldy kind of.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's also
Flavor
some
palette.
malt in there. I mean,
Yeah.
it's got it's a blend of this, a blend of that.
You
Yeah.
know, that's fucking. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's a lot of malt.
So it's some maltiness to it. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's our
All right.
review of The Traveler on Bourbon Barrel Talk. You can find us on Facebook, the Instagram, or the X.
Space book.
Spacebook. That's right. Yeah.
That's a new one. Bring it on.
Spacebook.
Space book
Is that
or
kinda like-
space fuck?
I said fuck, but kinda close to that.
Anyway, that's our episode. You can find us on those 3 social mediums. You can also hit the subscribe button, get us on Spotify, or Apple iTunes, whatever you prefer as your medium. Email us any questions at bourbonbarreltalk@gmail.com. This is Scott, Barbara, Johnny Tsunami, and Jared signing off. Peace.
Peace out.
Carry on my wayward son.